C6 Common Placement Assessment, Content Validity Webinar Prep, Math, February 2014. The C6 Common Placement Assessment has been developed by California Community College faculty members. You may have been a faculty member who helped to develop the assessment. The next step for the assessment is going through the approval process. You are receiving this video because you are a math faculty member who will be participating in the Content Validity Webinar. This is a training video to prepare for the Content Validity Webinar. We will ask you to review the video and then work on the provided Excel spreadsheet before the Content Validity Webinar. This will ensure that the webinar runs as smoothly and efficiently as possible. You have been chosen to participate in this webinar because you are a math subject matter expert and are familiar with California Community College math courses at your college. The C6 Common Placement Assessment was developed by California Community College faculty members. Faculty selected the type of assessment and then the individual standards upon which students will be tested. The assessment selected for placement includes a General Computer Adaptive Test, or CAT, for math, which is taken by every student, and then 4 diagnostic tests which students receive depending on their score on the General CAT. These diagnostic tests are arithmetic, pre-algebra, intermediate algebra, and trigonometry calculus. These second diagnostic tests which students take are tailored to the student ability level and then will provide specific placement into courses. Content validity can be easily defined as the systematic examination of test content to determine whether it covers a representative sample of the behavior domain to be measured. In this case, the domain to be measured is mathematic knowledge and skills. For content validity, it is necessary to have subject matter experts provide a logical rationale for how an assessment measures a particular construct. You, as subject matter experts, will help provide this rationale by explaining why standards were or were not included on the assessment given California Community College courses students are placed into from the assessment. Before starting, please make sure you have the following materials: training slides, a worksheet in Excel file for you to review and complete before the webinar, course information for the sample of colleges, course descriptions and/or prerequisites, learning objectives and outcomes, and performance level descriptors. On the Excel worksheet, you will find a sheet for each of the 4 versions of the tests students might receive. Each of these sheets will include all the possible standards and those which were selected for each assessment. Those standards selected for the computer adaptive tests will be listed in green, and those standards selected for the diagnostic tests will be listed in orange. At the top of the Excel file, you will see the courses, and please note that exact course names will vary by college, that a student can be placed into by the particular test. If it is helpful, you can add in your particular course names from your college as long as you know the general course placements that they map into. For example, you can put Math 456 at the top if you know that that is the pre-algebra class for your college. Work through each of the Excel sheets for each test prior to the Content Validity Webinar. Please provide a rationale when possible for why it is logical standards are included or not for the particular courses on the Excel sheet in the appropriate cells corresponding to the courses. It is crucial to use prerequisite courses and learning objectives in order to complete this task. It is crucial to consult course prerequisites and learning objectives in order to complete this task. These descriptors will help to highlight why certain standards are more or less important to test on for courses. During the actual Content Validity Webinar, we will have a discussion and select group rationales for the inclusion or exclusion of standards on the assessment. There are many different relevant rationales for why standards were selected to be included or were not selected to be included. You will think up a lot of your own rationales as a subject matter expert and an educator. Some examples of possible rationales for the exclusion of standards might be: you can easily complete a skill the standard addresses with a calculator. The standard is not critical for the success in a course or is not a course prerequisite. The standard is important but not as important as another standard, solving radical equations, etc. Or the standard is explicitly covered in an adjacent hierarchy, meaning a lower level skill is tested with a higher level skill. Some examples of possible rationales for the inclusion of standards might be: the standard is critical for the success in a course or is a prerequisite for the course. The standard in a hierarchy provides information about the relevant skill and lower level skills. Or not everything can be tested, and a standard stands out as being perhaps more important for students to have when entering a course than other important standards. Keep in mind that you could select the same rationale for the inclusion or exclusion of different standards. For the computer adaptive test, which all the students receive in each of the 4 versions of the test, and these are the standards listed at the top in green, your justifications may not differ between the 4 different versions of the test. You may therefore copy and paste between the different test Excel sheets if that is more efficient for you. This concludes the instructional video. We will convene on March 1st, 2014 for the Content Validity webinar. We will discuss as a group and choose appropriate rationales for the standards selected for inclusion or exclusion on the assessment. Thank you for your time. Please get started and be sure to complete those worksheets before the March 1st, 2014 meeting.